Okay, so start again.
Fuck the police.
So, right, Hakon has now decided to wander off into the forest himself to go and speak to the.
Excuse me, I'm not on my own.
No, okay, your wolf's with you.
Thank you.
Chris Rock did an infomercial on how not to get your ass kicked by the police.
Is it
Right.
be white?
One of them is get
Do
get a white friend.
Do we need to watch that so that we know how to not get our ass kicked by the police when we do this coup?
It is very good.
Right, so you kind of work your way back through the forest again, and manage to like get back to the camp that you were in originally.
Excellent.
And so it's
They're not
like
there.
you left the place like 3 hours ago now, 4 hours ago maybe, because you left quite early in the morning. It's now like midday. But yeah, you kind of like come back in, and it's basically the same kind of layout as before. Everyone's still in the same kind of stuff that's kind of going on. Everybody's like up and about and doing what they were doing when you first arrived.
Perfect. Is there guards posted outside the chief's hut?
Yeah, the same kind of people that were there before.
Excellent. I'm trying to find my bit of paper. Tell me what name he was. There he is. Chief Awata. So I would walk up to them and I ask, "Is the chief inside?"
And one of them just kind of nods. Is like, "Do you wish to speak with them?"
Yeah, please.
He kind of like just gestures you in because like obviously they know. They're not gonna
Yeah.
fucking.
Oh no, yeah, of course. I don't want to like barge in
No, that's fine.
and
Yeah.
just.
So yeah,
I am here.
Yeah, they let you in and you kind of get to pass.
Perfect. I would go in. So I walk in the tent. Is it just him or is it him and his wife still?
It's just him now. His wife's out.
Just him. Perfect.
So yeah, it's just him. And he's kind of sitting.
Chief Awata, do you have time to speak with me about the things that I found at the hut in the forest?
Looks up and he says, "Oh, you've returned. Yeah, please sit. Please tell me what you found."
Thank you, Chief. So I would go and I'd take a seat beside the fire. My friends and I have found the hut that we went to seek, and we've done some digging inside, and we have found some interesting things inside the hut. We are hoping to bring the people from the village from the nearby town to come and see them, but we are worried as to what would happen if we were to leave it unattended. So I was wondering if perhaps you would be able to aid us and station a couple of sentries to watch over the hut in our absence.
Kind of like looks quite concerned. He's like, "What kind of things have you found that would warrant this kind of protection?"
And unfortunately, I don't feel as if I'm in a position to tell you exactly what is within the hut at the moment, but I would say that surely from my request, you know that it must be very, very serious and very grave. We just, myself and my companions feel that it would be better if we could get the people from the town to deal with the things that we have found first, as that way it won't involve your people in whatever happens afterwards.
Okay, so he kind of like looks at you like really quite sternly, and probably the most serious you've seen him look this entire time. He says,
Yep.
"Just answer me one question truthfully.
Of course.
Does what is inside that cabin concern the people of my clan at all?"
The things that are inside that cabin do not concern your people. The results of us finding them potentially does.
He says, "Right. Well, I understand." I say, "Well, I will honor your request or honor your like choice not to reveal what is inside. I believe that your intentions would be good enough to for what it is. If it concerns the people of the town, then you must see it to them. If you want people to look after and protect it, then you have a number of my men. I'll send out a party with you as you leave to go and guard the area."
That would be much appreciated. Thank you, Chief Awata.
And he basically like kind of he gives you a couple of names. I think it's probably the same people that you spoke to before and like one or two other people.
Yeah, the group that kind of that took us hostage
Yep.
originally,
Yep.
and yeah, that's perfect.
So yeah, it's that.
So yeah, once I've got the names, I'd head out and try and round them up, or meet them wherever I was destined to meet them.
Cool. So you go out and he kind of like wishes you luck and all that kind of thing as well as you leave. and like he leaves with you. Like so, as you're leaving the town, like
Yeah.
not leaving the camp, like as you leave his tent, he leaves with you and kind of
Yeah.
goes over to like starts talking to people inside the camp. But then kind of like he's not like looking to speak to you further. It's just that he's obviously acting on
Yeah,
this a bit
off
more
to
as
go.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Um,
perfect.
So yeah, but, you can.
So yeah, so how many have I got with me?
You've got 4 people with you now.
Perfect. So I would make my way as quickly as I could back towards the hut. On the way, I'd simply explain to them that Chief Awat has allowed me to have you guys stay take up a sentry point outside the hut to make sure that nothing comes and goes whilst we're away, and to ensure that what's in the hut stays in the hut and isn't interfered with in our absence.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you get there. It takes you about an hour to get there and back. So
Yeah.
so you've been away for about an hour when you arrive back at the place.
Okay.
And so you kind of like motion to the people that you've got with you. Kind of explain the situation. They kind of talk amongst each other and then spread out, so they're all kind of like properly covering the area. So they head out in towards
I would have made it very clear that how they defend the hut is entirely up to themselves, as I see them more than capable of fulfilling the task.
Yeah. So they basically the same kind of situation when you first kind of like met them, where they were spread out around the edge of the trees and they're all just kind of like watching.
Yeah.
And they've got their bows with them with the kind of like net arrows and stuff as well. So they'll be ready if anybody kind of shows up.
Excellent.
So yeah, you head back inside and everybody's just kind of been sitting about, I assume.
Yeah, I would say we have a sentry posted outside to watch the hut in our absence. We would be free to leave and go to the old man now.
So I would suggest we leave post haste then, considering time is of the essence, and leave now.
I would thoroughly agree.
Okay, so what have you given them order-wise specifically? Have you said to them, if it's not us that's approaching the hut, then just act on it how you want?
Yeah, so, I've told them that nothing goes in or out of the hut unless it's one of myself and my compatriots, that you will be leaving shortly.
Ask someone for the password, and the challenge is thunder, and the response is cunt.
I thought it was going to be cats. I actually thought it was going to be Thundercats.
No.
How silly of you, Salisbury.
I don't know how you're gonna like say that to them because they're all hiding in the trees. So if you just, it's like, are we just gonna when you guys come back, you're just gonna walk in the middle and shout thunder?
Like people approach, someone is just like thunder, and if they don't say cunt, kill them. Unless it's like a kid or something. You know, use your judgment. Don't be stupid.
Right.
If
And
they
if they're
try
selling
and
cookies,
if they try and get inside the hut, we would request that you step in.
Cool. Okay, so they know what to do. So yeah, you guys now want to move on to the next step.
Yeah, head on in at the town.
Yep. Cool. So
I would suggest that we're very subtle about it.
right. So what are you doing with David? Because that's the
He's coming
How
with us.
how long does Will's invisibility last?
3 minutes.
Yeah, not
3
long.
minutes. Would we be able to
Why do we
cast
need
it on him?
invisibility? Go.
Well, I'm just meaning more if we're wanting to keep David subtle and hidden. Because if any of the other guards see him, they might go, "Oh, why is he not instantly reporting back to the camp like he normally should?"
Just
The group of lads going straight in
put
there.
a fucking cloak. Just put a cloak on him or something. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah, I guess if we can cover up well enough, people will just assume he's another one of the guardians.
Cool. So you you can just kind of take him, like strip him of his uniform and just give him some kind of like random clothes and stuff that are about that kind of just, and just cover him enough that it wouldn't be too obvious. And then head in. So it takes a wee bit longer to get kind of into the town. So it takes you like an hour to actually get into the guy's house. So you're down 2 hours. But yeah, so you kind of like manage to work your way in. You go through the kind of like outer edge of the town rather than going straight through the centre, and just work your way through the side streets until you reach Old Man Barnes's house.
Perfect.
I would just go up to the door and like knock on the door.
Okay, so there's a kind of slight pause, and then he like pokes his head out from behind the door, and he says, And like as soon as he sees you, his eyes kind of like light up a bit, and he's like, "Oh, come in, come in. I'm glad you've came." And then like kind of just opens the door and kind of ushers you in.
So you obviously, as I'm going, it's like you obviously have news for us, but so do we, and so we must both be blunt because we don't have much time.
It's like he kind of looks. He's like, "I didn't realize time was of the essence. Have you found out anything?" He's like, "Please sit down. Please explain." And just kind of, he's quite like flustered a lot.
I would say that we're kind of like rushing.
Fuck, my mic was muted.
Making sure everyone's in.
He's not as like calm and calculated as he was the last couple of times you saw him.
Yep.
He's very.
Yeah. Yep, we found the kids.
He looks at you. He's like, "Really? I didn't." It's like that's okay. That's a surprising development. I wasn't expecting.
They've got a pretty bad case of the dead.
He's like, "Okay, well that I was expecting."
We
also might have a slightly minor case of the raped.
Okay.
So excuse my friend.
We found the children.
He's like, he kind of looks at you. He's like, "You found them dead, and it's like, and there was rape." It's like.
Yes.
Essentially,
probably dead.
Right.
And there's some sad news that Lord Carlington has very likely, in all likelihood, raped and
He raped
murdered.
and killed his kids.
He's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Well, that." He's like, It's like, for a moment there, I thought you found his children dead and raped them. That would have been interesting.
No.
It's like, okay. So,
I am slightly offended. You think so?
He raped them whilst they were both alive and dead.
It's like, that's.
It was a horrible scene to find. We have left what we found in the cabin the way it was when we got there. So if you require proof of the things that we are saying, we can go and see it again.
Yeah. And David, one of the house guards, is with us now, and he can attest to the truth in what we've said.
He says, I believe what you're saying. I don't see any reason why you would come back and start spouting lies after our previous escapades.
What have you found in the book that we left with you?
He's like, "Oh, well, yeah. He's like, I was actually surprised that you spoke of the children. I mean, I knew that was your main goal, but I felt after a week of them being lost, I thought they would never be found. But I suppose it's good that we know what's happened, but what's actually happened is far worse than I expected. But anyway, I spent the last day going through these notes, and I managed to decipher most of the things that were being said to the point where the meaning of everything can be pretty clearly gained from it." He's like, "Now, when I first went through it and decoded it, I honestly thought I'd done it wrong, and I had to go back through and check again. But I'm almost certain this is what these notes are supposed to say." He says, "Please, can I take a seat?" and like gestures around the fireplace that he's got.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah. So like, yeah, he kind of stands in front of you and starts pacing slightly. It's like, as I was going through the notes, I found mentions to the situations in the town and like various accounts of what's been going on and what's making money, what's not, like general business things. And to this, I was fairly expecting. This seems fairly normal, but as I dove through and started reading more about the Eyes of the Forest, I think they're called. He refers to them as a druidic group. He's like, so when you say it's like, you know of these people?
I do. They are a slight takeaway from the clan that I am part of myself.
That's all right. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense. They get referred to just as the people who live in the forest, or they're often not given nice names, but or like nice terms.
I imagine.
But he says the notes are like dated, and as you go through them, or as I went through them, the later into the time, or the closer to this, like the most recent notes that you get, the more strange the way that they're spoken and the way they're written becomes. It almost seems as if Lord Carlington has changed over the last couple of months in terms of the way that he's kind of speaking about certain situations. At first, he refers to the people as a nuisance, but something that could be dealt with methodically and with the business mind, and something that you would expect from someone who's like him, who's built it up. But within the last couple of weeks, he starts speaking of alternative motives, and he's like, and this is the details he goes into is enough to kind of worry me greatly. He says about 2 or 3 weeks ago, he speaks of meeting with a group of men from the east. He doesn't say much more of them. They could be from anywhere. We're fairly far west in the continent, so.
Saying terrorists.
All right. But he says these men came to him and offered him a solution to the problems he'd been having with the people that live in the forest. After the first kind of mention of them, he then starts speaking to them more as colleagues, friends, or people that he can trust, which is quite interesting of how quickly he turns around in his opinion of them. He then eventually starts speaking of how they've proposed a glorious solution to the situation, and I believe what I've determined from this is that he and he kind of like looks at it, kind of like trying to like say it as seriously as possible, but just like doesn't like he still doesn't really understand the kind of like what he's saying. But he's like he intends to destroy everything in the forest. He speaks of it quite vaguely. However, what he does say is that it will not harm any of the trees or the wood or anything like that, but anything that is a living, like a more complex living organism will be killed off. So any animals, any people will be killed.
I am aghast.
He says, I don't know how he intends to do this. It's not fully explained, but from the way that the notes kind of slowly descend into this kind of obsession and madness that he seems to have, I don't think it would be long until he decides to act on it.
Good, because we need to act on what we found very quickly as well.
Like, yes. He's like, well, I hope, although what you found was probably enough to create serious actions, I hope this further information is more to kind of steer you in your direction of what you want to do.
I'm sure it will. And your part, hopefully, is not over in this. Is we have a slight plan to deal with Lord Carlington, and we were wondering if you would aid us with our plans.
But yeah, of course, anything I can do to help in this situation. I don't want to see the destruction of this town, and a man such as that who's done the things that you say should not be left in his position.
It's like, I'm good to be frank with you. We were actually hoping that you would take over from Lord Carlington in the recent future, even in just an interim role until someone who you felt was more suitable was found, so that this town was not left without anyone to guide it.
He looks at you, kind of like squints at you, he's like, take over. I'm not someone in any kind of like position of power. I've never been someone who's led or who's been in that kind of position. I don't know if I'm the best suited for this job, but I mean.
Well, the current leader is a child murdering and rapist.
Yeah,
so
like,
we're not suggesting that you're going to take over forever. We are simply suggesting that you will be an immediate solution to a long-term problem.
He's like, well, yeah, I can understand your comments. A lot of people in the town know me. I'm probably a lot more known and trusted than any of you.
You can't do any worse than murdering and raping your own kids. So you'll do grand.
However, as much as all of that is great for the future, we need your help in acting now. Obviously, we are not well known amongst the townspeople. We could probably very quickly be explained away by the Lord himself. We were hoping that you would add your name to our claim and help us in convincing some of the more well-respected, the bigger names around the town to our cause so that we can take them to the Lord.
It's like, of course, it's like I would happily go through and speak to who I can and who I know would be able to spread the word quickly and efficiently throughout the town. However,
we would need this done very quickly.
He's like, I understand. However, I would warn you that from reading these notes and reading the way that the Lord is acting, I wouldn't trust his reaction to be logical or in any way sane. So I don't. We
are prepared
fully prepared to deal with violence.
We also plan on having David here help us gather some support from his own guard to help us have a very quick and hopefully bloodless transition.
like,
I wink at.
Not totally blameless.
yeah,
Conan.
he looks at you. He's like, well, as much as I feel that would be the best situation, if Lord Carlington is sitting on some kind of weapon or device or whatever that could wipe out an entire forest of all its living inhabitants, if he was backed into a corner, I would fear that he would be in the state of mind where he could use it on the town, and I would not allow that to happen.
I would hope that amongst yourself and our own.
Yeah, but we're not going to back him into a
magic-
corner. We're just gonna have him out in the open and just stab him in the neck. It'll be fine.
Also,
It's like,
I would hope.
he looks at you, says, and you believe that the Lord would just simply walk out into the open, unguarded, like in any situation where you could be killed.
Irrelevant of whether
he is.
does or
Well, he is if he thinks he's okay, and if he thinks he's okay when he's surrounded by his guards, then that's fine. Except his guards are going to be in on it, and we're going to stab him in the neck.
He says, well, that's very good. If it all works out. If it doesn't work out, it could go completely wrong. So you're
If he
putting
does
a lot
have
of
a
risk on
snap-
it.
It's already going completely wrong because little kids have been raped and murdered. So I feel that's already tits up in my book.
So, and he looks at you and says, there's many more little kids in this town.
Well, yeah, but
You,
let's be
sir,
frank.
have
We could
proven
just
to
try
be
and
quite an adept magic user. We also have one of our own. I would trust that either whatever his thing is, you'd be able to either neutralize it or contain it effectively.
or just help us kill him really quickly.
Yeah,
without him
he says, I will be happy to help kill him. However, if it was to avoid any risk, as much risk as possible, that would be better.
Then maybe you do your magic thing and help us.
Like I will do whatever magic thing I can do to help.
I don't understand how it works. I just know that you do it.
Just cast some murder magic on him. That'll be fine.
It's like, well,
I believe that
it's
you
like,
can
it's not really my
missile
specialty. The murder magic, as you say.
Surely everyone knows how to do a magic missile. Even this guy knows how to do that.
He does. Yeah, he's willing to help with whatever, but
Right.
he's concerned that giving any situation where it could go wrong,
Rose was gone.
like
Crobe.
where did Soulsby go? When you crashed, Soulsby died as well. Hello?
With him.
What was going on?
Oh God!
Is it me you're looking for?
No, you're lagging though.
It's the other John that we're looking for.
Yeah.
I enjoy how if we're on the same fucking thingy account, it must crash. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Can one of you not log into another one? Soulsby saying he has two.
I have two. Who am I logged in as right now?
John.
John.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, I think the top concern is not being in a situation where the Lord has any chance to retort.
Yeah.
So you need to
Act fast, act quick, act efficiently.
and act smart.
Let's not go that far. But yeah, we can sort that out.
Or we want to take a break until Soulsbro gets back in.
Somebody told him he's left because he may not have noticed.
I'm sure he's noticed. I give him a
The
little.
lack of people talking.
I don't know, Soulsby. Well, is there anything else you guys want to ask or do?
I think that's kind of well set up, really.
So you've just kind of you're just saying to him just wait for further instructions of what we're doing.
Well, we've asked him to spread the word amongst people that he trusts exclusively, so that we can get a bit of support before we actually.
He'll do that. Yeah, he'll go about and kind of speak to the people that he believes would actually be able to spread word around the town to people that would be against it. Well, because he obviously he thinks that a lot of people would be against it. It's not as if he's kind of thinking, well, everyone's just going to be like. So yeah, he says I feel that in speaking to the people of the town, I can probably turn the vast majority of people against the Lord I can have them all on our side. I can have them all agree to the situation. He's like, but I must stress, having the town on our side does not necessarily mean that we can have the Lord walk out of his manor, because he will not be. There will be guards who stay loyal to him regardless. So
Of course, we expect that.
Yeah, it's like, so he's not just gonna walk out into the middle of the street and wait to be killed. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but for a start, we can make people. Well, at least myself, I'd kind of opt for a lot of invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
So worst comes to worst, if we're not getting full compliance, we can just sneak in and kill him.
Right. It's like, so do you have information about the manor or ways that you could get in if needed?
Well, we've been in there before, and we've met him in there.
It's like, and I'm assuming you walked in the front door. That might not be the best way to get in if you're trying to do it. Unless
Well, it doesn't matter if we're it doesn't matter if we're invisible.
Okay.
Truth. We do have David that needs to report back to him at some point, so that's a way that we know the gates will be open.
It's like, and David kind of pitches in. He's like, I don't actually report back to the house. I report back to the guardhouse.
Surely the guards go from the guardhouse to the house at some point.
Like, well, it's like none. It's like, hang on.
Well, what we could do,
I believe from the information you've already given us is that there is a rotation that includes the house. So that means at some point you have to go to the house.
regardless, if you get
right.
if you go there,
Can I just say again? Read the information. There's no guards inside his house.
I didn't mean inside the house. I meant
Inside
in the
the
grounds.
grounds.
Once we're in the grounds, we can get into the house.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. There's guards that go from the guardhouse to the
another
grounds.
Another good idea might just be for David or someone who may look like David to come back and report that there was a problem. And if he reports directly to Lord Carlington, he has to report the problem to Lord Carlington, because otherwise more people would definitely know about this whole like being on the house, like being at the shed guards.
Okay.
So does he report directly to Lord Carlington on basis of that? Like, who tells him like what shift he's on? Like, surely he reports. If there was a problem, he surely would have to report it to Lord Carlington.
Well, there is a kind of like leader of the guards who is like basically Lord Carlington's second within the town itself. So he's got his nephew that runs it.
So that guy's in on it.
Probably.
I'm asking David, is that guy in on it? Do you report to him? Does he tell you?
I report to him, yeah, and he's given information about the cabin before. He's given the rotas for it, so he must know something.
Cool. We might be able to try and convince it to get an audience with Lord Carlington.
Do you think it's wise to go and speak to his nephew?
Yeah, was there anything about the nephew in the notes?
He's like, no, most of the correspondence is mostly to the nephew, but there's nothing that's really him responding. It's mainly just Lord Carlington writing things and then sending them as a way of knowing what's going on. The nephew sends back fairly brief responses. At first, his responses are along the lines of things like, "Oh well, we'll have to think about this more. We'll have to be quite strategic about it. We need to consider our options." But as the Lord starts to kind of push the matter slightly, his nephew seems adamant to go against his plans of acting on the people in the forest. He believes that although they are a slight are like a problem to them, they need to deal with them in a better way.
Salisbury, I think you might mute yourself.
No, I also my internet just died for about 5 minutes, so.
No, that's weird.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Did anything much happen or not?
No. More
We
discussion.
had general chit chat while we waited.
That's cool. So something about the guy's nephew. Was he essentially TLDR, nay keen on the whole like let's kill everything?
We've not been to the nephew yet. We're just discussing that.
David just told you that.
Oh right, sorry.
Oh no, sorry, not David. Mr. Barnes told you, like in the notes that he was decoding, that was the nephew's responses. Where
They were told to be strategic. And
So the nephew would be a fairly safe bet to go to and be like, look, this has happened. It's legit, and we've heard that he's essentially wanted to like.
here's the notes that
destroy
you
everything.
gave us. We know what they mean.
Like
We want to do something with this because that's not
positive
cool.
about this.
Okay.
I want to do it in a way in which, like, not everyone gets fucked.
Here's an old man and a guard that back up our story.
And he can go see it for himself if he wants as well. Like,
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do
we
that.
have time.
is the party happy with that?
Yeah, I'm
Just
good with it.
if someone asks you thunder, reply with the word cunt, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's directed at the old man, by the way.
Yeah.
I think Graham didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, like it seems like that's a much better option than just trying to like go behind the guard's back and stuff. So if we just go and try and get his nephew to like jump in and help us, even if he just tells us where Lord Carlington's hiding whatever weapon he has, then one of us can go in and like break it or steal it or summon, so that he doesn't have that as an option.
Okay.
Does that make sense, people? Sweet,
Sounds
let's go
good.
do that. To the mill.
Okay, so you guys head off to the mill. So Mr. Barnes is going off to like do his little kind of speaking to the people and spreading the word. Is David
Yeah.
still
Can we
coming
get
with you?
like Mr. Barnes to like sign a letter before he goes? Because I forgot he wasn't coming with us. Can he just like write a letter and then like sign it or some shit so that we can be like, yeah, Mr. Barnes, sign this. It's legit.
Give us his seal.
He's just an old guy. Like I don't.
Well, yeah, but you might.
Said he was like a well-respected village elder.
Yeah, he is, but it doesn't mean that he's got any authority. He's just an old guy
Right,
that
so
people
he's
like.
yeah, but so he's one up from a total no-name scrub.
Yeah.
Right,
He's
so
someone
we
in
may
the
as well
town
have a bit of
that-
paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you show it to the nephew, he will know who he is, but he might not give a shit that he's like signed it. But you can
So
get him to
that-
do it.
it's
Yeah,
that's a right-
better than us not having it.
yeah, that's fine.
Why
I'd
do we
much
need? Why
I'd
do we
much
need
rather
someone to
have
walk
something
into the- Why do we
not
need
having
someone
it.
to walk into the lumber mill? I don't understand.
No, it's more of a here's someone that's backing what we've said already. If you trust this man, this man has given us his word that he trusts us. Just more credence behind our words, because we could just walk in and tell him whatever the fuck we wanted, and then
Well, yeah, and if he
Otherwise-
doesn't believe us, then we start with plan kill everyone.
No, we start with plan show him, and then we start with plan kill everyone.
Burn it down with Bill and Ben inside.
because at the end of the day, we can always like have you taken as prisoner while we go and show him, because you can escape fairly easily.
It's true. If you're down with that.
Oh yeah, easily.
Right. Let's go to the mill.
We have a plan. We are ready to go.
Cool. Okay, so you guys head off to the mill, and it takes you another. Let's find out how long it fucking takes you. It takes you another.
How long did that whole conversation take? Like half an hour?
I don't know. That's more
Right.
kind of like I'm more doing travel time.
Are you doing gross time rather than like, yeah, cool.
I'm trying to work out travel time. Like the actual time you spent there would be kind of not that much, and you rolled well the last couple
Yeah.
of rolls. This time you've not rolled so well though. So
Okay.
it's taking you 2 hours to get through and get to the lumber mill and get there.
That's cool. So we've still got 4 hours left.
So yeah, you get there, and you kind of like walk up, and there's the guy that you spoke to before, like the first guy that stopped you, isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And you kind of
Surprise, surprise.
you
got
walk in,
someone
you walk
fired.
in, and
Let's
the
just walk straight to his office.
yeah, okay.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
You don't really get. It's not that you don't get stopped. It's
But,
just
like,
that people kind
hurried.
of watch you. Yeah.
Like-
So yeah, you kind of walk up to his office, and then one of the guys is standing outside. He's like, "Oh God, not you guys again." So what do you want
Flip
now?
him the bird.
Same as the last time, out of the way.
Right. So he just kind of like
I
lets
still
you,
flip
lets you past, and you go in to the office again, and it's the same kind of situation with the guys like standing behind his desk, sorting stuff, and he looks up and he's like, "Oh fuck."
Like, no, this is legit this time. We have some serious business to talk to you with about.
It's not a drill.
It's like he's like,
So
whatever you're doing for my uncle, I don't want to know about it.
We're not working for your uncle anymore.
It's
I
like,
want to
okay.
flick
want
to-
out.
I want to flick to the page in the book that the old man pointed as being the kill everything in the forest page,
Uh-huh.
and just slam it onto the desk and point.
Yeah, he looks up. He's like, I thought you people were here to like do that. I thought it was the whole.
yeah, well, a better situation came up. One that doesn't involve killing kids.
He's like, as I understood, there's Like it's like there was. I don't know how many people are in who actually live in the forest, but I'm sure there'd be a lot. Like it's like I mean I'm glad that you're against it, but I feel that my uncle would just.
Oh no, I meant his kids, the two ones that are missing.
He's like,
They're not so missing anymore. They're pretty dead though.
He's like, what? Like, he's like,
Oh, they are 110% dead.
We need to be brief here.
And about 60% raped. Maybe.
Yeah,
Probably
your
thinking more 80%.
uncle raped and killed his own children.
right, okay. Roll a diplomacy check for everyone.
Doing it.
This ain't no diplomacy. This is a straight up intimidate.
No, this is diplomacy.
Yeah, we're improving his attitude towards us.
With
Oh yeah, where's my sheet? I keep forgetting it's not actually on roll 20.
Do you want me to roll one as well, G? Or
Everybody.
just
Everyone, I think.
Everybody
Hey, can you roll for David as well? Because obviously he's going to be adding the whole "I was there, it happened" and stuff.
Yeah, I'm giving stuff. Based
I
on
got a
it.
17.
Okay.
And we've got the bit of parchment.
Who's
I rolled a
using
7.
3D dice? Who's using 3D dice?
I think that might be me, but I usually.
I think it's you. You can only see 3 dice.
Oh, have I turned no? Because Soulsby's didn't show up with it, just Pornos, and Pornos has now got thing on the.
Yeah, I've unclicked it.
Right, okay. Right,
Well,
Will,
why
you
that
rolled?
click? Usually it just
No, I'm still loading PC gen. Give me a second. I knew I forgot to open something at the start of this fucking session.
It's the issue of like never having to roll anything.
Well, so far he's not convinced.
How I rolled it.
I've
You-
just
you rolled
rolled
a
my
17.
dice IRL and it both went worse.
Give me 2 seconds. It's unpacking UE kits. Blah.
Basically, I started with a
let's go
DC
with-
check. David knocked it down by 5, so you've got a number to reach.
Okay.
Pathfinder. That's the one. D&D. That's the one. Control Wizard. That's the one. I mean, he's not a wizard. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Don't know what you're fucking
Wizard
talking
now
about.
install your program.
Oh, sweet. -2. Boof. I don't care. I'm spending 2 S's.
Right, okay, so you can spend it. So note that.
So I currently have 3 down from 5.
Did you have 5?
So it works.
Did you not spend 2 last time as well?
And you gave me 2.
Those are factual statements.
Yep, that's true. I can forget how many
I
sessions
opened
we've
my
had.
I opened my notepad and it had Essence 5 next to it, which I update as I spend them. So
Yeah, I've got 5 as well.
Okay, so you're down to 3.
Yep.
So yeah, he kind of like looks through the notes that you gave him back just to like see it's the same ones, which it isn't.
surely you could compare it to the handwriting in the note that you gave us.
It's your handwriting though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you gave Mr. Barnes a copy of the notes,
Oh yeah.
and you've
Yeah,
given
so
him...
Will has the actual book.
Yeah, he can bring out the actual book, but then you have 2 books, and you're like, we've got these.
Let's
Like,
be
we don't
fair.
have time for
Surely,
this,
surely I would have slammed the actual book on the desk.
I don't know.
Can't hold.
I don't know, Forno. Would you have? Would you
Do
know?
you want me
Would
to
you?
roll? Do you
Well,
want me
no,
to
'cause
roll
the
a
actual-
perception
the
check
actual
to find
book-
out?
Yeah.
The actual book isn't fucking translated, so why would we slam that on the desk?
No, neither of the books are translated. He just
Because we
told you what
needed
the
to translate.
things were.
Yeah.
He
Because
has.
he knows how to
Oh
read
yeah,
it.
but this guy knows the code. Yeah, shit. Yeah, we can show him the actual book.
There you
then.
go. I got 14 to find the actual book.
Okay.
You don't have to find it. I have it.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
it's whether or not Porno knew to throw down the actual book or the one that Mr. Barnes gave him, which is a copy.
Alright.
So yeah, like
And I say with that, I chose the right one.
you have a +8 when you got a
Correct.
14. How is that a good roll? You rolled a 6.
No. That's not how this works. There's DC
Yeah, that's-
checks. Irrelevant of my roll, the DC check is the same.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Irrelevant of my plus, that's why I've got a
Porno.
plus.
Most DCs start at 15.
Incorrect.
Nope.
They start at 10.
I did it.
A DC 10 is really okay. So like, Porno goes to throw the book down. Will you quickly give him the real one? And he slams that one down.
Simpsons did it.
Porno, you had a DC
Anyway.
15.
Anyway, we gave him the fucking book.
Okay, so you give him the book and he looks through it and he's flicking through. He's like, okay, and then he kind of looks and he's listening to what David's saying and explaining like the whole situation of what happened in the cabin and all that kind of thing. And you can see that he starts to like not tear up, but kind of tear up, but he's like holding it back and try to like keep it together a bit. Because remember, these are his
Man.
cousins.
Destined to marry. Never again.
Yeah, he's like, he's kind of like look. He kind of looks. He's like, I'd feared that my uncle had some kind of like problem. I don't know what's happened to him recently, but he's not really been himself. He's not been thinking clearly. He's not been acting correctly, and I honestly didn't think it would go this far. It's like to do this to your own daughters is it's like
Do you think now that you know where we're coming from, do you think that you could get the Lord to come out to the lumber mill?
so he kind of he looks. He's like I don't know what I could do anymore. Like that I don't know what that man is.
Well, if you can't help us by, being useful, really, can you give us a rough indication of any ways other than the front door to get into the manor of his house, please?
And some keys.
And some
I mean, spare keys would be great.
Keys would be useful.
He's like
That's a nice watch you got there.
what?
Yes,
He's like
Hell's time and
what-
nothing else.
what are you planning? What are you planning on doing?
Well, we need
How-
to
how again?
arrest him to bring him before the town, and like put forth the evidence we've gathered to the townspeople. And if the townspeople
So
want to
you
gunge
want,
that
you want to
beast,
put him on trial after what you've
yeah.
seen him do.
Well, a trial doesn't have to be a good trial, but some sort of trial. And I mean, he might end up buried alive in a box, but
It's like why expose the people of the town to something like that? It's like
because they deserve to know. This
He
is
does
why
not
I don't-
deserve. Does not. He the things that he has done do not deserve to go away lightly. This is not the sort of thing that we should be sweeping under the desk. He should be made to face up to the deeds that he has done before he is sentenced. He should have to look his wife in the face when she finds out what he has done to their children.
it's like I accept that and I would agree with it. However, it's like I am a part of his name and so is his wife. I do not want to be torn through the mud with him. I don't know if I can guarantee anything to you if you're going to put my name into that position. Like what's to say the people of the town or just
Well, look at it this way: either
it's like I completely agree that my uncle's
help-
he's gone
you
too
can
far.
help-
He
you
needs
can
to be
help
dealt
now.
with.
You can help now, and maybe some people who are idiots tar you all with the same brush, or you can be distinctly unhelpful, and then we are absolutely in no way obliged to help you when the townspeople want to burn down everything, including you.
And it's wood, so it'll burn.
It's like I doubt they would want to burn down everything, but
Well, they will when they hear my new plan.
so yeah, he kind
Mob mentality is a fickle thing.
of he's kind of thinking.
Regardless, if they call shenanigans and get their brooms, the only thing that's going to keep them away from
Pitchforks.
battering you and the dude's wife, which honestly I don't give a fuck about. The only thing that's going to stop that from happening is our fucking niceties towards you, provided you do anything to help us. So you can worry about your name all you want, but your name doesn't mean shit when you're dead.
It's like right, well, it's like he kind of like looks around. And he's like, I don't know if you people are the ones that I've got. I don't know. It's like he's kind of like after listening to, it, he's like, I feel that you feel I'm in a position where I must help you. I must act on it. It's like
Well, you could run away and go fucking
Yeah,
set up
sir,
your life
sir,
in some other
I'm-
town as a brothel merchant or something.
All I'm saying, sir, is if you choose not to help us, then surely you're condoning his actions.
like no, I'm not condoning his actions. I would want to help you, but I'm not going to
Yeah, I'm
help
making
you.
a better point in the
why-
fact
then
that
why are you
if
not?
you're not helping us, we're
Yeah,
not
if
helping
you're-
you.
If you're stating that you want to help us, but
Yes,
you're
and it's like-
choosing
it's like-
not to, but
no.
you're choosing this to continue.
No, it's like listen, you have just said. He's pointing at Thona now. He's like, you've just said you don't care about me or my family or anyone else that's got my name, which includes my aunt, who's been completely innocent in this entire situation, as far as I'm aware. She might not be, who knows. However, I have known my aunt all my life. I have known her. I've known my uncle, and up until this point, my uncle, it was never he was never kind. He was never a kind man. He was never a nice man. But he was always a logical man, and his logic seems to have
Yeah,
gone.
let's-
However, my aunt was
Yeah,
always nice
let's
and kind.
Put the fucking tampon away. I don't care because you're not helping us. If you're not helping us, I don't
No,
care.
I am helping you. I've said I'll help you. Why are you arguing in the situation where that I won't? Like all
Because
you're
you
doing,
just think
all you're
not
doing
gonna
is
help
making
you
me
because
less
you're
likely
worried
to help
about
you.
your name.
It's like yes. It's like I have my concerns. You have yours. I'm just stating what my concerns are. If you then turn around and say you don't give a fuck, then why should I continue to help
I feel
you?
your concerns are a fairly small drop in this rather large clusterfuck bucket.
He's like,
You're
he looks at you dead on and just says, I don't need you. I can deal with this myself if I wanted. However, I would like it to be done discreetly if it was going to be handled. So yes, I would need you for that. If you want to bring him out in the middle of the town and oust him in front of the
Right,
whole
I turn around
town,
and
I'll
leave.
deal with that myself.
I leave.
Okay, fine.
Like midway through that sentence, I'm leaving that guy.
Cool. What's everything else done?
I would say to him, then how would you suggest we go about this? You're already fully aware that he may or may not have a way of killing everything in an entire forest. What's to stop him if we walk straight into his bedroom, just letting that off, killing every single person in his house, including you?
He's like, well, I would have information that would help against that. If you
Then
wanted to
share.
sit down and talk about it properly.
Please do, please share.
And he,
Time
like,
isn't
motions
of
to
the
chair-
essence.
He motions to the chairs in front of him, and he like goes
Not
behind
like we
them to
have
the
a
desk,
set.
and he
I
starts.
sit down, but I'm like, do remember we don't have much time.
Like I
Because if he
understand.
finds out that we know, he'll do it
I've left
instantly.
the office.
Okay, right. He rummages through some stuff, and gives you, and like puts out onto the table. I don't know. I'll link it in Skype just so you guys can see either way. Links out that, which is
Some gunge.
no, it is a floor plan layout of the manor
Excellent.
Where did you put it?
in Skype.
It's in Skype.
All right, I have to open Skype. No worries.
And he puts that down. He says, "This is the official floor plan layout that was commissioned when the house was built. This was the one that we gave to the contractors, and that we went through and explained stuff with. It's like, I say we, it's like I was too young at the time to have dealt with it, but this is what I have for it." He says, "However," and then he takes out another bit of paper and slams that down as well. He says, "This is an additional part that was commissioned, which is the basement of the house."
Oh my god, he's Joseph Fritzl.
No, he's like, most of the basement is used for housing any of the people, like the staff that work in the house, if they're staying the night or they live there or whatever. So there was like nannies for the children or caretakers or housekeepers that were there, and they would stay down there. However, a large portion of it was cornered off for my uncle's work and what he was wanting to, like the space that he wanted to have. So he says, any device or anything that my uncle wished to use would be inside there.
Thank you, sir. Is there any way you know of getting into the house that isn't through the main gate?
Badger moles.
He says, there's no way that you could get in throughout. Like, there's no obvious way you can get in, like through tunnels or anything like that. There's nothing like that in the house. He's like, however, if I were in a situation where I was going to try and get into the house, I would perhaps use one of the balconies on the first floor.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We'll be as discreet as we can, and then just kind of get up.
He's like, I hope you understand I will be acting on this as well. However, I might not be. He's like, he's like, I would hope that you would be discreet about it as I'm going to be. But I will be making my own actions on it.
I kind of just leave.
Okay. Yeah, you leave and he kind of turns around and starts sorting stuff. So where are you guys?
We're going
heading?
back to the stab him in the neck plan then.
I want to drag him out in front of the streets, but it's up to you guys.
I think I've made my opinion very clear on it.
What was yours? Sorry, just to recap. There's been a lot.
Oh, I want him to be made to face up to what he's done. I want him to.
I think that's totally fair. I don't get.
The face of those that he lovloved, and
I
explain
I
his
think we
deeds.
should make sure that his wife is maybe slightly more secure than just like in his wooden house.
Mhm.
Because I agree that she'll be in enough grief without a total mob like tearing him down.
Okay. So
Like the mob could turn on her.
Right. You know where you're going next? Like, do you know where your next protocol is?
I would say the biggest priority at the moment is to get whatever he has and like seize it essentially.
Fair. Basically, you're
Would
trying to leave him
everyone else agree
powerless.
with that, or would everyone agree with that, or is that?
Hello?
I'm
Do you
also
agree with
muted,
the
but
fact
yeah,
that-
I'm keen.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
I think a good plan is he doesn't actually know any of this is happening, so we could literally just go in under the pretenses that we found his kids, and his guards will let us straight in because they don't know what's going on. He will, but his guards won't.
That's giving him a.
That's
oh,
true,
yeah.
but that as soon as he hears, sir, there's people here to see you. They found your kids. He's gonna be like,
Or
abort, abort.
I could break in.
Oh, we could burn it all.
Three
Yeah,
options then.
The nice watch you got there. Yes, it tells time and nothing else. Of course, that's what a watch does. Idiot. I think I need an adult.
Well,
I
yeah,
am an adult.
I think the thing is the point that was made is that, or has been made multiple times, is try and not give him a chance to react, and try and do it.
Yeah,
in a way
so I
that does
think
that.
if
So
I-
basically, if you can leave him powerless, leave him in a situation where he has no allies and no people to help him, and then drag him out in the street. At that point, he's hopeless and he's helpless and he can't do anything. At that point, you can do what you want. You can put him on trial. We can do him. But up until that point,
I think maybe Hakon and Thonan should go talk to some of the guards that are off duty at the moment and try and get them on side, so we have at least some of the guards on side.
Yeah, if we're going to do that, we
And,
should take David with us as well.
Yeah, well, I break into the residence and like nick his shit.
okay.
By nick his
like-
shit, what do you mean?
I mean, like, go down to that basement and find what he's got in that room, and if there's some sort of weapon, either dismantle it or.
Do you think you should do that on your own? If you get caught, we'll have no way of knowing. And then if we approach him and suddenly he'll shoot out with a knife to your face.
Magical fun stuff, it should be me.
Yeah, I would agree.
I
We'll
actually
both go then.
Hey, I'm
Even
going to say something
hugely-
because no one seems to have
red
read.
boning.
No one seems to have read anything else, so I'm going to keep pointing out bits of information. In that notes thing, David highly recommended speaking to his wife about stuff because she actually knows what's been going on within the manor.
How would
Yeah,
we
but
get
shouldn't we
access
have
to his wife?
How get into the manor?
Yeah, I thought she was
His
in the
wife,
house.
No, she's a cleaner.
yeah, she's like a housekeeper, so she might not
Oh,
work.
sorry. I thought you meant Lord Carlington's wife.
No, his like David's wife,
Oh, shit, sorry. All right, okay.
who works in the thing.
Yeah, we've
Could
probably got
definitely
time.
could definitely sneak in a mop bucket. 100% doing that.
Yeah.
How about sneaking in as a mop bucket?
It's a bit of effort. I'd rather just be in the bucket. It saves my spells.
Yeah, so let's just go back and speak to, because we've still got 4 hours left, so we have time to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, are we okay to end anytime soon? Because I've got some shit to do. Just if we can cut it off reasonably, just because I'm imagining we're not going to execute this today, right?
No.
No. So yeah, we could end it.
Just sometime, just ideally before, like just at past, would I, if that suits? It's just literally because I've got some shit I wanted to do that I didn't get done because we were busy today.
Okay. Well,
I'd rather not have to like sneak down.
we're hitting.
Well,
we're,
we could
like-
go talk to that bird and then set up what we're going to do next, and then we can just leave it there.
Yeah,
'cause that's-
that's
Yep,
cool.
sounds like a plan.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say we're at 54 minutes for this recording, but we can go over and like just do that bit
Yeah.
of talking to her first, because then after that you've kind of got all the information you would want to get.
I still feel sneaking me in on a mop bucket is a really good plan.
yeah, sounds good.
Okay. But yeah, you guys. So like after like kind of.
I also can't be a mop bucket. What are you talking about? Alter self doesn't
I
cover
don't
bucket.
understand why not.
I don't know. Like if you want to try and
Not with an attitude like that.
if you want to try and put yourself in a mop bucket, you can go for it. Like I don't.
Treating it like a hobby. What's the
You are
what is
treating this
that
thing.
fucking what is that skill called again?
Disguise.
What
No.
the mop bucket hiding skill.
fucking escape artist. Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So right,
I've got a
basically,
10 in escape artist. If I roll high enough, I can get in that bucket too.
no.
How's your lockpicking?
That's great.
You guys
I'm
can.
good because I've got knock.
You guys can get across to David's house, and he says like his wife should be home with the kids now.
Excellent.
Because if David's working, his wife's usually not, because they try and schedule it.
Yeah.
So
Let's do a Batman style cut.
right, so you guys head back, and it takes you another 2 hours to get to his house.
Oh, god damn it. We rolled like shit.
So you're down to 2 hours remaining.
We've got 2 hours left. Until they think something's up, though. Not until they know
No.
everything.
Until the guards are expected to come back to the guardhouse and be like, we're back from our shifts. Like, here's our thing. Okay, bye bye. We're going back to like our house. And it's not even that's literally all he does. Is literally just shows up, says, right, I'm back. Okay, I've done my job. And then
Yeah,
goes
so
home.
we could literally, if we get 2 other guards in on it, then we can
You only need
keep
one
the
other
cycle
person.
going.
That's what I'm saying. You need one other person that can be disguised as a guard or one of the guards or something to show
No,
up.
but surely then those 2 guards would go back to the shed expecting there to be a guard
Not
there.
until the morning.
Oh, okay.
So you've got the night to go
They
through.
leave one in there overnight, and then the other 2 arrive back in the morning again.
And the one that was staying
okay.
there is currently dead in the place.
Yep, so that's good. Right. So do you want to do... We could do both those 2 things then before... Right, let's just go talk to this bird. Let's get that out of the way.
Okay. So you kind of like
Talk
show
to
up.
David's wife.
Yeah, you show up at the door and chap, and she opens the door. She kind of looks out, and like David is currently like covered in stuff and disguised, and he kind of like pokes his head out, and he's like, Emma is like, it's like we need to talk to you, and she's like, what are you doing? What is this stupid? What the hell? He's like, they're just kind of like, can we come inside? And you head in. And she like as you go in, she's kind of like ushering the kids out of the main room into. So like,
Yeah, they don't need to.
yeah, you go in. It's kind of like it looks like kind of like nice, kind of cozy looking home. The interior's kind of looks alright. It doesn't look like the most upper class stuff, but it doesn't look like it's not like a slum. And she kind of like moves the kids off into another room and then sits down and closes the door behind her and sits down and kind of looks at David. Is like, what's this about? And then is like looking at you guys, being like, what have you?
It's like, Emma, we have
No,
even less time.
hang on. She stops and then she notices that David's kind of like bleeding slightly and has got like cuts and stuff on his face. Is like she's like, what happened to you? What is going on? And she looks worried at this.
It's like, Emma,
I just look sheepishly out the window, trying not to make eye contact.
it's like, Emma, David is absolutely fine. We had a
Doesn't look fine.
time. He honestly.
Oh, that's because that guy pounded him.
Yeah.
Who, me? Yeah, I did that.
Honestly, we have bigger problems at the moment. He is alive and he is well, and we do not have much time. We found you may know we were asked to look for the Lord Carlton's kids, and we have found them, and they're. I won't stress you as a mother with what's happened, but it is terrible, and we need your help.
He's like,
As I'm sure David can back us up. That yeah, you might not want to know
so
the details.
David basically echoes you, saying like what they say is true. Is like, do you know that is like that cabin that I was guarding? It's like, well, it's like. I finally found out what was in the basement. She's like, she just kind of like gaslit. She's like, oh my god! It's like I told you that was not a good thing. Like you should have done something. You should have asked. You should have looked at something. She's like, they just kind of like start going off on a slight thing, and he's like, Emma, please.
It's okay. We're doing something about it now, but we need your help.
She's like, well, what can I do? What do you need?
We need you to sneak our friend here, our very small friend, into Lord Carlington's house, and that's all you need to do.
And at the same time, Emma and David just look at you, being like, what?
It's like, that's all you need to do. The less you know, the safer you'll be, because then you don't have to lie to anyone.
Right, okay. She looks over at David's like, is he serious? Like, I have to sneak someone in? It's like, I'm not even working. Like, what? How? It's
Just
like,
pretend you got your shifts wrong then. All you need to do is sneak him in, and then you can leave.
okay.
If you want to know the details, you can, but they're not pretty.
She's like, I don't think I want to know. But
You don't.
it's like, she says, do you think that's a good idea? She's like, should I do it? And she's looking over to David, just being like, should I do it? And he kind of looks over at you guys, is like, I don't want to put my wife in any like situation. I don't want to like put her in any trouble. I said this when we first met that I didn't want my family involved. I've allowed you, like I've said.
I turned to David and be like, David, I understand this, but this could also involve your kids if we don't act now. This could involve everyone in the town.
He says, I understand that, but I don't want to put my wife in immediate danger.
Well, all she has to do is just go to work.
Pretend she had her shift wrong, turn around and leave.
Yeah, she literally just needs to get inside the front door. If they ask her to leave, she leaves. No lying, no resistance. She just leaves.
Okay, well, it's that time again, sports fans.
I
Roll diplomacy checks.
spend 2 essence.
Hakon's not getting one because he ain't said shit. You're
Well, I
spending
spent
2
2
essence right
essence.
away.
Yeah.
Okay, so you instantly are just like, nope. Okay, we're doing it. So she kind of
I'm
like
still rolling just to see how good a -2 can be. The answer is very.
If I roll, I hate if I roll like a fucking.
you probably should have rolled, dude.
Great. I rolled a 20.
That was
Great.
your DC. It's a good job.
Damn it! Oh well,
You should
Hindsight is
waste
the
it
best
too.
roll.
it's fine. I had 5.
That's like okay. So so yeah, she kind of like agrees and she's like, right, okay. It's like, right, I'll do it. And then David kind of like starts to protest. He's like, no, you can't. Like, you got it. And she's like, no, like those. It's like those children are. It's like I can kind of imagine what's happened. What's happened. Like she obviously doesn't. Like she just thinks they're dead and they're in that cabin. But
It's like you can't imagine.
yeah, but she's
I was gonna say something, but I realized it's massively putting my foot in it.
yeah. So she's like, she's like those. Like,
Actually, my character doesn't know that.
it's up to you, man. You can say what you want.
It's gonna be like, if you love kids in the good way, you'll help us.
She's like, it's like I would want my kids to be safe, and if there's something I can do that can help them and keep my family
Definitely
safe,
wouldn't
then,
want your kids like them.
like no, I wouldn't. She's like, fine, I'll help. What are we doing then? What's the plan?
Right. So I'm imagining you have cleaning supplies for your household chores. Yes.
It's like, well, yeah, there's we have supplies, yeah.
Do you bring them from home, or are they in the place?
Like they're in work. Like
Oh, the plan is gone.
there's a few women who work in the house just cleaning in it, and
It's fine. Do you wear a uniform for going in there that designates you as a housekeeper?
yeah, well, we have the house colours or the Lord's colours that we use, and the kind of, and she like goes over and like opens the kind of like wardrobe and just brings out a kind of like not like a dress thing, but like a kind of, it looks like a kind of like maid's uniform thing, but it's like in the Lord's colours. Just kind of shows that to you. It's like, this is what we wear.
Interesting. How long is it? Is it like floor length?
Yeah, it's like it goes to the floor, yeah.
And it's like a dress or a skirt and not trousers.
No, it's a dress. Like the dress goes all the way down.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that would be fine.
But it's not like a kind of like frilly one. It just kind of looks like a kind of plain.
I can conceal myself under that garment. I could probably just hold on to one of your legs, and we could just walk in. As long as we get in the front door, if people turn you away, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about me or anything else. There's nothing else required on your part. If they let you in, then just go about your regular job, completely unawares, and we'll do the rest. Because if shit goes really wrong, it won't matter where you are. So it's fine.
Oh, good. Reassuring.
I want you guys to roll something, but I'm not sure what to roll because it doesn't technically exist in Pathfinder.
I've already spent my 2 essence, Graham.
Yeah, I
Poke
know,
it.
but that's for her to help you. She's willing to help you.
What is it you're wanting us to roll, Grim?
I kind of want us to be
Luck.
like a luck check, but there isn't a luck check, so I'm trying to think of what stat I could like. put in
What, for
that.
how me holding on to her legs?
No. Because it's rather than just me rolling something. Because I could roll something for her, but I wanted you guys to roll it because I wanted it to be in your hands, kind of thing.
Okay, so
It's never in
what is
our
it
hands.
to
It's
do
in the
then?
heart of the cards, Graham.
Okay,
That
so
is
do
true,
you
isn't
want me to roll it? Because I can roll it if you want.
No. We're asking you what you want us to roll.
That's the thing. I'm not sure.
Stealth? It's kind of stealthy.
It's not. No, it's nothing to do with that. Go for perception. Fuck it. We'll go for that because that's a decent stat, and it's
a nice
you.
base stat that gives me a +6. Lovely.
I was about to say.
I think we're all right.
Yay!
Oh, fucking hack on, get a grip.
Cool. Okay. So
Fucking making it rain!
this is a combination of two things. One of them is something that David mentioned before that nobody fucking read and you shouldn't know about, and I'm literally saving your life in doing this.
And
But-
I've got to go pick them all up.
And number two is it's something that Emma remembered and remembers to say to you. So it's a combination of two things.
Oh,
Basically,
God, I really should
in the
have made it
information that
rain.
David gave you, he mentioned that he's seen people around the manor and outside it, going in and out, that he doesn't recognise. And Emma mentions to you and says that when she was working over the past couple of weeks, there's been people kind of moving about the manor and going about the place that she doesn't recognise and she doesn't really know and she's not spoken to. And she was
That's
told,
shady as fuck.
yeah, she was told not to speak to them, but they've kind of been wandering about, and she's saying there's people who look to be.
Are they brown people?
No.
I wouldn't trust
She
them.
just kind of describes a couple of them to you. She says she's seen probably like 4 or 5 people, but there could be more because she doesn't always see them at once. Like there's people coming and going and moving about the place. She says that she's seen them and they look well armored, well armed. They look to be fairly like serious business or whatever. Like they seem like to be actually like
Serious business.
yeah, like they seem to be like pretty like serious. And she's seen them going about the place, and the people that have been in the place have been talking, and believe that they've been hired as like personal bodyguards to the Lord.
It's looking like plan kill everyone's gonna work.
So that's just what she tells you, but you can continue.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, but that was in the notes, and you should have fucking read them. I'm being nice.
I'm gonna sneak in. Regardless, I'm sneaking in.
Okay, so yeah, she's still kind of like all on the board the sneaking in train because she thinks like you guys know what you're or not know. Basically, like from her perspective, she thinks that like David trusts like she doesn't know that you guys beat up David or anything like that. Like she just thinks that like he said it's fine. Like I trust them. It's fine. We can trust them. Don't worry about it. So she's all happy with that. So she's happy to help you guys because she thinks that her husband trusts you. So she's happy to try and do that. So yeah, at this point it's starting to kind of get to like we've got like probably an hour and a half left before the guards need to do something. So are you wanting her to head right away? Because if she heads now, she'll be able to get there before they do the guard change, and you might be able to get someone inside before that happens. But if you wait a bit, you could do it after.
I'd say she should leave in like.
However, she was scheduled not to work on the tonight shift, but to work on the shift after. So it would be where
morning.
the fuck is it? It's 4 p.m. No, midnight to 8 a.m. She would be working.
Yeah, so if we get the change of the guard done, then she can actually walk in where she's actually working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it won't take us long to go talk to a member of the guard that's pretty sound.
Yeah.
That'll take us like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we've got an hour and a half, so I think we should go do that.
Someone that's not on duty but has been stationed at the.
Well, remember,
at the
most
cabin.
of it's travel time. Like
but I'm assuming they're
across
in
town,
the
it
town.
takes it takes like 20 minutes, half an hour to get across town because you're like moving. It's a fairly big place. Like all of this time that you've been spending so far has been travel.
Yeah,
Of course.
So for you to get to the guard place, it will probably take you say 20 minutes.
I think if they don't hear from us in like, actually just say an hour and a half, they should go.
Right.
Because they're not going to be like, oh, these guys are a minute late. We're going to fucking fuck shit up. Like, they'd wait for it. You know what I mean? No one is like, oh, they're 5 minutes late. Let's fucking hit them WMDs.
Yeah. So
they'd like probably wait half an hour. They're not going to be like instant.
no, yeah, you've got time. So
yeah. So I'd say if they don't hear back from us within an hour and a half, then they should go.
So who's going
Yep.
who's going where and who's doing what when? So you, Hakon and Jonas, are you who's going? Because
Yep.
only one person needs to go with David, but you can go and like one person could be nearby. Like you don't need to actually like, walk in.
I think we should all go apart from Thonan and Emma
Okay,
for like persuasive powering,
right.
because we're not really needed with Thonan and Emma.
So what's the pretense you're going with? Because at this point they're expecting the 2 guards that were sent out to come back.
So as in, we're gonna go find a guard and persuade them to like essentially like come back as if they've just come off.
Right. Okay. So you're going to find one in town.
Yep.
Cool.
So one of the guys that David knows is not on duty, but has been at the guard at the
and that he
the
like
cabin.
somewhat trusts. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. That's possible. Yeah. He knows of people that one of the guys that could help with that. And he's basically
Excellent.
like a couple.
Does
of
this guy
friends
have a wife and kids too?
down. No, he doesn't.
Damn, no leverage.
I don't know. There's always leverage.
He's an older guy
Right.
that he's an older guy that he's known for like that is kind of like known in the town as well.
Cool.
That dude sounds
Excellent.
like he might like brothels.
Every dude likes problems.
And or pigs in blankets.
Right, let's get going. We've not got long. And then just kind of.
Cool.
We skedaddle off.
Okay, so you guys head out. You head round to this guy's house with David, and David kind of takes the lead to go and tap on the guy's door. So when he comes to the door, he's like, "Oh," David is like, are you not working today? Like, what are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh," and then kind of like says, starts doing it. Like he makes up some kind of like excuse quickly, and then kind of is like, "Wait, hang on, like, can I come in and talk to you?" And like he brings you inside. So to make it kind of quicker, he speaks to the guy and manages to convince him, like fairly quickly, to come with him and just come in and like just pretend he's doing this. He's kind of like suspicious, but he doesn't actually like explain the whole situation. He just says, "I just need you to come in and just say that you were on duty and like that you came back in with me." Yeah. So the guy agrees to it, and he's kind of not unsure. He's like, I'm fine, I'll do it. Like, because he like I think it owes him a favor or something. Like David kind of like just says
Perfect.
like something like, "Oh, do you remember like when I was like helping you out with something?" Which probably because David used to do all the kind of finance stuff for all the companies and
Yeah,
things. Yeah.
Fucking.
So yeah, he probably like helps a lot of the guards do their like finance stuff.
Tax return.
Taxes.
I don't know if they do a tax return, but yeah, they'll probably pay something.
Is he Andy Dufresne?
Pretty much. So yeah, they kind of explain all that, and the guy's kind of quite happy to do it, and he kind of agrees to leave you. So are you wanting to leave just now with him? Because he's happy to go and just go and go and. chat with
Well,
the
we'd
guard.
have to wait for at least the hour and a half. You know what I mean? We'd have to like wait until it's a reasonable time to turn up.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
we're done with them.
Make sure they turn up on time.
Yeah, at this point you're waiting like another 40 minutes before you could actually.
Yeah, but I would
leave.
go back to the house to make sure that Thonan and that don't leave because we've squared it away now. That
I
we've
would
got an extra
stay
8
with
hours.
Dave and this mob.
Okay. Well, remember you don't all need to go to the guardhouse, so
Yeah, I know. I just want to stay with them because,
Like watch over them rather than.
Yeah,
okay. Well,
exactly.
Mira says she'll go back and say to Emma and Thonan, like, what's going on. So what?
All right, cool. Yeah, well, I would just like to both like kind of watch over and just make sure nothing like mental goes happen. Because if the cover gets blown, someone's gonna have to run to that basement pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If they're just like, "No, we don't believe you," I'm like, "Oh shit."
Okay.
Some acrobatics will be needed.
Let's feel like me and Soulsby are not going to be going into the guard post with them. We're going to be
you're
outside.
standing outside.
We're
Yeah.
going to be away.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like 50 meters away.
We're just going to watch because literally, like, there's no reason for them not to buy this. There's no reason for them not to go, "Oh, you just covered this other guy's shift today."
Yeah.
Fine. So yeah,
Because I can't imagine the guards give too many fucks either
exactly. So
about like who
yeah,
works
let's
what
just
hours.
So Mira heads back to go and tell Thonan and Emma to go off to her shift,
Cool. So
and
we'll leave it at that for now, and
Yeah.
we'll say that when we come back, next time, we're going to have group number 1 is going to be David and his friend going up and saying that they're back from their shift and they're just going to leave as soon as they would usually leave. and they're going to come back to you guys and be like, right, that's that done. That buys you time. Is the kind of main goal of that.
Yep.
And then you're going to try and get Thonan in through Emma, who's going to go up. And so is she going up as with her shift as normal, or is she going up before that?
She's going to shift as normal.
As normal.
She's going at midnight for a shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Because there'll be less guards on and shit, or maybe not, but...
Well, she's expected to be
It'll
there,
be
so
more
it's a lot easier for her to walk in if she's expected to be there.
Yeah.
Cool. So sounds like the plan. So yeah, we'll come back to that next time.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Hopefully Skype will be working.
I'm changing my spells before that session as well.
Cool. Okay.
I'm changing my level 2 from invisibility to knock.
Fair enough.
So you won't
Alter
have
self
invisibility.
Alter self is a special ability I can't change, unfortunately.
What? So if you're not using invis, what are you planning to use to like move about?
Alter self.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll go sort that next time. Cool.
Good.
Excellent.
I'll figure it out.